High in the dense canopy of a tropical rainforest, where sunlight flickers through layers of leaves and the air hangs thick with humidity, a sloth slowly begins to stir. It's early morning, though time feels almost irrelevant in the treetops. The branches sway gently with the breeze, and somewhere in the distance, a howler monkey calls. But the sloth remains still for several long minutes before finally opening its small round eyes. Perched upside down from a sturdy branch, the sloth doesn't shift or stretch. It simply exists in quiet calm. Its fur, tinted green from algae that grows naturally in the humid environment, blends it into the foliage. This camouflage is more than coincidence, it's survival. The sloth's pace is its greatest defense. Slow and deliberate, almost glacial, it avoids attracting predators. Jaguars, harpy eagles, and ocelots are all dangers. So the sloth moves only when necessary, often relying on stillness as its shield. Today, like most days, begins with very little movement. The sloth takes in its surroundings through small, methodical blinks. It processes the warmth of the sunlight, the weight of its own body suspended from long, curled claws, and the proximity of its nearest food source, leaves. Very specific leaves. It doesn't eat just anything. Some trees provide better nutrients while others contain toxins. The sloth instinctively knows the difference, even though its brain is one of the smallest compared to its body size in the mammal kingdom. Reaching up with surprising strength hidden beneath its sleepy posture, the sloth grabs a leafy stem and begins to eat. It chews slowly, grinding the leaves with flat molars. Its metabolism is one of the slowest in the animal kingdom. Digestion can take up to a month. The sloth doesn't mind. Patience is its way of life. Each bite is an exercise in deliberate simplicity, a slow-motion feast that demands no hurry. These leaves ferment inside its stomach over weeks, releasing gases that sometimes make the sloth appear bloated. Yet this bloating has no effect on its movement. It continues on, unbothered. Hours pass with only minor shifts in position. The sloth may move a limb to grasp another branch, or rotate slightly to adjust its balance. These movements, though minimal, require effort. Every calorie matters, and yet the sloth doesn't appear weak. In its own way, it is perfectly adapted to this world. Every motion, no matter how slow, serves a purpose. Efficiency isn't about speed, it's about survival. Even its slow heart rate, just a few beats per minute, helps conserve energy. Midday arrives, though there's no need for a clock to tell the time. The temperature rises slightly, and the sun beams through the canopy in shafts of gold. The sloth climbs a few feet higher, moving in slow, methodical pulls, using powerful limbs and curved claws to ascend. The climb, which would take another animal seconds, takes the sloth nearly half an hour. But it's not in a rush. For the sloth, time flows like syrup. This slow-motion lifestyle also means fewer injuries. Fast animals are more prone to falls and accidents. Sloths avoid risk by simply avoiding haste. Now at a better vantage point, the sloth finds a small patch of leaves in the sunlight and eats again. It blinks slowly between bites, its expression unreadable. Despite its sluggish nature, its grip is powerful, enough to remain suspended for hours without fatigue. This remarkable strength comes from a dense network of muscles adapted specifically for hanging. Gravity, to the sloth, is not a threat but a companion. The architecture of its limbs, particularly the curved claws and strong tendons, supports this lifestyle flawlessly. Then comes the weekly ritual, one of the most mysterious and dangerous parts of the sloth's life. Its descent to the forest floor to relieve itself. Sloths only poop about once a week, and no one is quite sure why. Theories abound. It could be a way to fertilize the base of the tree they live in, or a method of avoiding detection by predators from above. Others believe it's related to social behavior, or the unique microbial symbiosis in their digestive systems. Whatever the reason, it's a perilous journey. Scientists estimate that over half of all sloth deaths occur during this weekly trip. The descent begins. Branch by branch, the sloth inches downward, gripping bark and vines with those iron-strong claws. The journey is slow, calculated. The sloth is at its most vulnerable now, exposed to predators that lurk in the underbrush. It doesn't walk well on land. Its limbs are designed for hanging, not walking. Still, it persists, dragging itself to a small patch of earth with unwavering determination. The forest floor is foreign territory, rich in smells and danger. It digs a shallow hole with its stubby tail and slowly relieves itself. For an animal that eats so little, the event is surprisingly significant. The volume is large compared to its size. Scientists are still puzzled by this weekly defecation ritual and why sloths take such a risk for it. Some believe the sloth's poop contains signals or chemical cues essential to other sloths, even though encounters between them are rare. Perhaps it serves as a rare form of communication or mating cue. Then, just as slowly, it begins the long, dangerous climb back up, its breath calm, movements precise. The sloth is quiet but not unaware. Every movement is calculated. It listens to the sounds around it. Twigs snapping, leaves rustling, ready to freeze if it senses a threat. This behavior has helped it survive for millions of years. If a jaguar appears, the sloth won't run, it will simply stop. Its stillness makes it invisible. Even its breathing slows to near silence. In the world of the sloth, invisibility is not a trick. It's a way of life. Back in the safety of the branches, the sloth returns to its preferred pace. It doesn't move for a long time, simply breathing, chewing, existing. A few insects crawl through its fur, which is alive with microscopic life. Algae, moths, beetles, these creatures form a tiny ecosystem in the sloth's coat. In return, they help with camouflage. It's a living symbiosis, one of nature's stranger partnerships. Sloths are among the only mammals that can be considered part of a moving, self-contained ecosystem. As afternoon deepens, the sloth may rest. Not sleep in the way other animals do, but a kind of restful alertness. Its heart rate slows, its eyes close. Occasionally it shifts slightly or scratches. Time drifts. The forest hums around it, a quiet chorus of life and decay. The sloth is in no rush to move. Its calmness is a constant in a chaotic world. Wind rustles the leaves, rain drizzles, sometimes soaking its fur, but the sloth does not flinch. Nearby, a toucan lands on a branch and squawks loudly. The sloth doesn't react. It has no natural response to urgency. A monkey swings past, leaping from tree to tree. The sloth remains motionless. This is the key to its survival. In a world of speed and competition, it wins by doing the opposite. Stillness is its armor. Everything about the sloth's life is a quiet defiance of the fast-paced norms of the animal kingdom. As dusk approaches, the temperature cools and the canopy dims. The sloth begins a slow climb toward the outer branches, where the last light of day still glows. It pauses, half-hanging, half-curled, and watches the forest shift around it. Frogs begin to chirp. Insects buzz louder. Bats stretch their wings. Shadows deepen, and the nocturnal world awakens. The rainforest becomes an entirely new world after dark, noisier, yet somehow more still. The sloth eats one more time before night fully sets in. It chews with the same steady rhythm, unbothered by the encroaching dark. Vision isn't its primary tool. Its sense of smell and touch guide it well enough. As night falls, the rainforest becomes a different world. Predators stir, owls call from above, but the sloth is back in position, draped over a high branch, nearly invisible. Its green-tinged fur blends perfectly with the moonlit canopy. It tucks its limbs close, settles its breathing, and enters a state of calm that is not quite sleep, but not quite wakefulness either. It will remain this way for much of the night, dreaming slowly, if it dreams at all, swaying slightly with the breeze, suspended in safety and solitude. The forest whispers through the trees, and the sloth, unmoved, listens with its body. The rhythm of the jungle pulses softly, and the sloth exists as part of it, an ancient, slow heartbeat in the lungs of the world. This was a day in the life of a sloth,